Machine learning is the concept of building computational systems that learn over time based on experience. At its most basic level, rather than explicitly programming hard-coded instructions into a system, machine learning uses a variety of algorithms to describe and analyze data, learn from it, improve, and predict useful outcomes. Oftentimes, it is not enough to directly program a computer to perform a specific task. Tasks such as driving a car, speech recognition, and object detection are way too complex to just program, whereas a machine learning algorithm can learn and improve based on experience, interact with its environment, learn to detect and predict meaningful patterns to achieve desired results. The learning occurs between a learner and the environment. On that note, it's important to distinguish between supervised and unsupervised learning. Supervised learning is the most popular machine learning technique that acts as a guide to teach the algorithm what conclusions it should come up with. Supervised learning typically begins with a dataset that's associated with labeled features which define the meaning of our data, and finds patterns that can be applied to an analytics process. Another machine learning approach that occurs between the learner and its environment is unsupervised learning. In this case, all the learner gets as training is large datasets with no labels, and the learner's task is to process that data, find similarities and differences in the information provided, and act on that information without prior training. Let us first consider supervised learning. Consider the task of learning to classify handwritten digits. In such a case, the learner must figure out a rule for labeling a newly handwritten digit. On that basis, a supervised learning algorithm would process images of handwritten digits along with correct labels, which denote the number each image represents. What that will do is provide significant information that is missing in the newly inputted data, which don't have a label to which we can apply the learning expertise and predict that missing information. That is, the learner is initially being supervised as it is provided with extra information in the beginning, and then through convolutional neural networks learns the relationship between the handwritten images and their associated numbers, and applies that relationship to classify completely new images that the machine hasn't seen before. In essence, whatever dataset is presented to it, it will try and predict its value based on prior training with previously labeled datasets. In this course, we're mostly going to deal with supervised learning.